So this is one demonstration of the way that you can roll out the bottoms of your feet. Okay, these are using the tune-up balls, but you can use a tennis ball, lacrosse ball, anything that you feel comfortable with using on the bottoms of your feet. Again, this is just one sequence. Really, whatever feels good. It's just important that you're using a tool like this on the bottoms of your feet to create that mobility. That can help to release tension through the feet, through the calves, through the legs, and it just feels really, really wonderful. So we're going to start with one of the balls on the floor, and all I need to do is see my feet hopefully here. So we're going to place the ball on the floor, and you're going to place your heel on the ground, and the arch, the transverse arch here, so where the knuckles of the toes meet the foot, is going to go down and on top of the ball. So there's a little bit of pressure there, and it's just going to gently curl my toes over. So they are relaxed over the ball. Now I'll just turn and face the front. Now what you're going to do from here is just gently rock the ball side to side. My heel is down, and I'm just rocking side to side with a little bit of pressure. I'm not gripping my toes, I'm just letting the toes relax over the ball. And you can do this as many times as you like. I'm just going to do that, maybe 5 to 10 times. So I'll go right and then I'll go back left. Nice and easy. You can also do this seated, don't worry about standing. And then from there, we're going to go to the heel. Okay, we're going to place the ball right on the heel, so the balls of the feet there are on the floor. Heel is down, a little bit of pressure there, and then I'm just going to wiggle side to side. So this one reminds me of Sandy in Grease when she's putting out that cigarette at the cool part at the end of the movie. So you're just wiggling side to side. So it's not a huge rock you're just sort of feeling what they describe as a little sack of fluid underneath the heel, and you're just swooshing that sack side to side here. Right, so you do that about 5 to 10 times as well. Then you come back to that arch, okay, applying a little bit of pressure down, allowing those toes to curl over the ball. Then come a little bit further so you can actually feel the toes touch the ball. And now actively curl them in and squeeze the ball with your toes like a falcon, gripping its prey here. So curl those toes in and then let them relax. And curling in and release. Two more there. Again, maybe 5 times. Engaging the bottoms of the feet. And, if you live in shoes, this may not feel awesome, but it'll feel necessary. One more time here. Good. All right. So then, after our little falcon grip there, you're going to stretch the big toe. So you're going to roll off the ball. Only the big toe is going to go onto the ball here, and the rest of the toes can relax and hang out on the floor. So you're basically giving yourself a thumbs up with that big toe. I hope you can see that there. And then you just hang out here and breathe for a few breaths. Just feeling a little bit of a stretch maybe on the bottom of the foot, maybe not. But trust that it is doing something positive, even if you don't feel it. And then we're going to come through to the 3 toes in the middle. And it's okay to make some adjustments here, get the other guys out of the way. So 3 in the center, my big toe and my baby toe are off, and then we're getting a nice stretch through those 3 toes. We're just breathing and hanging out. Good times. Okay. Excellent. Then we're going to come back onto the arch of the foot here. I'd like, if you do have a wall beside you or something you can hold on to, it's nice to have some stability throughout everything if you do need some stability, or you can be seated. Remember, that's okay. You're going to place the arch on that ball again and allow the toes to curl over. So this is when you do usually need the wall, because you're going to take the other foot and sort of smoosh the top of the foot, the tissues, over the ball. So it kind of looks like Play-Doh that you're just pressing and sort of smoothing out those tissues on the top of the ball. Okay, and you don't have to do that a little bit here. It does feel like a bit of a shearing tension there. And you'll bring both of the feet down onto the floor, and then just, you know, take a nice moment there to admire the work that you've done on the one side. Usually the foot that you just rolled out feels and looks a lot more soft, supple, a little bit more melting into the floor, a little bit more of circulation flowing compared to my other foot that looks a little bit blue, to be honest. So let's do the other side. If you only have one ball, that's okay. But if you have two, then you want to change up the ball to do this on the other side. Not a huge necessity, but it's just nice to have a nice firm ball. So back to that transverse arch, okay, back to the very start, on the other foot, pressing the ball of the foot down into the ball and letting those toes relax. And then you're just going to rock side to side. So I'm still maintaining some pressure through the ball of the foot and on the ball as I'm rocking side to side here. Rock and rolling. Here. And so again, maybe 5 to 10 times. This one is super easy to do, nice and mindlessly. If you are sitting at the computer or the TV, just like rock back and forth. And then we'll go to that heel. So I'll turn the other way here. Heel on the ball. Find the ball of the foot nice and firm. And then you just wiggle side to side. So it's really not a lot of motion. But remember that cool move that Sandy does when she puts out that cigarette on the ground. Just wiggle side to side there. Okay, and again, a little bit of a firm pressure. You'd be surprised how much tension is in this heel. Okay, super, super beneficial from the Achilles to the back of the calf for this one, okay? Then coming back to the ball of the foot, finding the toes, maybe backing your foot up a little bit so that your toes can touch the ball. Then squeeze and curl those toes under and around the ball so that you're gripping, and then release. And grip that ball and release and grip and release. Good. And we'll do 2 more there. Really nice. We don't do this action. It's really great to build that strength in the bottom of the feet. And release. So now we're going to do that big stretch on the big toe. So give yourself a little thumbs up. One foot can always be different than the other on how cooperative it is in the stretch. The more that you do this, the better it's going to be. And we're just bringing that thumb up with the big toe there. So breathe a couple times here. Feel that stretch. If it is really intense, you know, just decide for yourself whether it's a good tolerable tension and it's needed as a stretch, or if it's too much, then just back off and maybe do this one a little bit later, or we can modify if you want to reach out. And then we're going to bring the ball to the 3 toes in the middle, and we're going to let the other big toe and the baby toe chill out on the floor. bringing those 3 toes in a nice stretch, breathing here, and maybe just notice, you know, obviously sometimes you want to look down and see what's going on, but then try to make sure you can stand up straight, and that might even increase the stretch down in the foot. You might feel it into the leg somewhere. It's very common when we're tight, when we have discomfort, that our body just curls forward. And if you try to stand up straight, well, then that's going to create a nice stretch for when you're moving around during your day-to-day activities. And then from the 3 toes there, then we're going to go right back into the that smoosh technique. Okay, so the last move, where you bring the ball of the foot back around the ball and stabilize yourself against a wall if you need to, and then you press and just kind of mold the using the other foot, you press around the tissue on top of the other foot. So you know, apply a little bit of pressure down, but you're more kind of spreading that tissue and feeling that little bit of shearing on the top of the foot. Okay, so if we come off the ball, we come back, wiggle the toes, and just kind of notice how soft the feet might feel and how connected they might feel to the floor. So it's really great to repeat that, I'd say at least once a day, sitting at your desk, sitting at the TV, maybe eating your breakfast. It's just a nice sequence to do. It doesn't always have to be perfect that way, and if you love one of the pieces of that sequence, then you want to repeat that one, then that's totally fine. If you have any questions, please reach out, and I hope that this is helpful for you.